everyone, Sophia here, my great challenger. Welcome back to my Etsy shop, Frenchy and Tubby. I have 6 items, I believe, to showcase for you. They are going to be in the shop tomorrow, Friday, August 16th at 5 p.m. I'm going to start with the ones in the thumbnail, as always. And if you remember, we all agreed we were going to buy all the swans. So I here have, actually would keep those, absolutely stunning porcelain swan by Lenox, and they are candlestick holders, and it's a pair. I have to give you close-ups. These are absolutely gorgeous. They look so Asian to me. They are beautiful. Now, most of Lenox has gold accents. These don't, which makes them really fabulous. Look at these. Look at the detail on these. They are the same. They're oriented the same way. And you see, you can put the candle right here. Think about the holidays, any holidays. These would look so elegant on a mantle. They are beautiful. They're so serene. They're in gorgeous shape. There's not a nothing. They're in like brand new. Says Lenox at the bottom. I don't have a year on them. I actually can't find a year. Some people say 1980s, some people say 1990s. I think they're kind of like in between. I know they discontinued. They no longer make those. But they are absolutely gorgeous. So remember, I said we were going to buy all the swans. All right, I have swan collectors. I don't know if you have these, but these are paired. They almost look like shells. Oh, they are beautiful. Now, you don't have to keep them as candlestick holders. Imagine if you were doing flowers with those. You put a little bit of that foam, that florist foam, and you just do a floral arrangement on Easter, or if you have like a bridal shower, anything really. They are so beautiful. I know I'm always raving about my stuff, but I kind of tend to pick things that I really like, and these, I'm telling you, I would totally keep. They really are beautiful. So it's Lenox porcelain, China. It's really high quality. They're gorgeous, just gorgeous. Okay, so that was item number 1. We're gonna stay in the porcelain. Item number 2. It's something. I cannot find the date. I know it's not antique because I looked at the stamp, and the stamp is not the antique mark. It's more of a 1920s, 1930s. So it's definitely vintage. It's at the borderline antique, okay, because antique is 100 years. Borderline antique, but definitely we're almost there. Look at this thing. It is the cutest, okay? It is the cutest. This is a miniature biscuit jar. It could almost be a sugar bowl, but sugar bowls tend to be a little bit shorter, and for the most part they have handles. And what is it? Okay, it is Dresden, Germany. Okay, so this is probably 1920s, 1930s, and I cannot find the pattern. It is a spray of flowers. They look possibly like apple blossom. Would you please stay in focus? So it's a large bouquet in the front and a smaller in the back. Here's the lid, which has kind of like a little spiral. It had a gold accent, so it's been used. Obviously some of the gold is faded here, but there is no chip, nothing. It's in really good shape. And in the back of it, or at the bottom, it says Dresden, Germany, and it's, for those of you who know, is the grain stamp. They have different marks, different colored stamps. It's the crown in green, Dresden, Germany. very high quality porcelain. Very, very nice. So what you do with something like this? Well, obviously some people collect. This is a display piece, or you can use it as a candy jar. You can use it in your bathroom. You can put cotton balls in it, or you can put your Q-tips, whatever. Or you can, you know, just display it. It's almost antique, and I think it's just beautiful. It's very nice, very elegant, and yeah, it's very pretty. Such a nice piece. It's not super expensive, but it's almost an antique. Dresden, Germany. It looks like a biscuit jar, doesn't it? It's shaped like one, but it's more of a smaller size. Yeah, you can definitely put candy in it, hard candy. You know, like the candy your grandma used to have. You remember those little tiny candies? The tiny Italian candies with the little foil wrappers? These were the best. You remember those? Yeah, I know. I brought you back for some of you. When I come back, 2 more. Okay, the kitsch lovers. You know, I love kitsch. A lot of people love kitsch. This is California Pottery, California Original Pottery. Number 854. So kitsch. 1970s. It's another divider tray. And look at this thing. The colors on it. Look at the colors on this thing. So it's a beautiful divider tray. Again, another one with a handle. It's not one with a high handle, so I'm not gonna remove the handle when I ship it. It's gonna come to you this way. It's in perfect condition. There's no chip on it, nothing. Look at the back. See that? Okay. So let's look at the glaze, because that's really the trademark of California Pottery. They have some of the most intricate and beautiful glaze. It almost looks like the inside of shells. Look at the glaze. Isn't it great? It's a drip glaze, and it's, you don't know what colors are in there. So what do we have? We have red, we have gold, yellow, brown, little bit of mustard. It's got some burnish. There's a little bit of a raised color. It's got, I don't know if the camera will pick on it, but it's got like a little bit of a relief. It's a different, can you see it's different texture? It's so cool. Look at the difference in the light. So cool. So it's a relish tray, a snack tray, you know, crackers, cheese, olives, whatever. How cool is this? When you have friends over, you're watching TV, you're doing a marathon. Oh, look at the colors. It changes colors depending on where you place it in the light. That's what's so cool about it. When you have different colors in the glaze, depending on how you position it. Look at that. So cool. I love this. I absolutely love. And here we go. It changes color again. It's so cool. You know, if you're like watching a binging on série du jour. I don't know what you guys are watching right now. You know, I don't have TV, so I'm clueless. I don't know. Maybe you're watching Dune 2. Way overdue for that, so I'm gonna say Dune Part 2. You put your crackers, your cheese, your olives. What is it that people are eating? Whatever. Would it be cool? I think it's really cool. I like this. It's got a little bit of crazing. It's from the 70s. Okay, it's 50 years old. Look at how well preserved it is for something that is over 50 years old. Whoever had it took very good care of it. Obviously, they loved it. I hope you'll love it too. California Original, California Pottery. These are sought after. People really, really like those. And the more kitsch, the more sought after they are. So on the subject of kitsch, and to go with this, because, you know, I figured I might as well. That way, maybe you get both. These are really neat, and you don't see them very often. They're not in the best of shape, but I picked them because they are so unique and actually very sought after and kind of rare. And I emphasize kind of rare because it is true. They are referred to as the owl eye mugs. And the ones who originated them are the Oldham Pottery, and I believe they're from England. And then they were a thing in the 60s, and Japanese potteries started making them. So these are made in Japan, so they're kind of like a copy of them, and they are coffee mugs, and they go perfect with this because they're pretty much the same colors. I'll put them together side by side so you can see what it would look like to have your coffee with snacks. Okay, owl eye mugs. This is what they look like. They are super, super kitsch. So I have two green. This is what they look like. Do you see the owl eye? Right? Aren't they different? These are really different. So you hold them like this, and they are coffee mugs. They're from the 60s, mid-century modern. They are a little bit under 6 ounces. So I have two green, and I have two brown. Here's one. I like the brown ones actually. And here's the other one. Right here. So let me put one of each next to each other. Okay, so you're not gonna see a lot of those. And it says made in Japan at the bottom. If you go online and you look for them, you're gonna see the Oldham ones with a decor. There's like a Jubilee one that they did for England, but the one in Japan, you're not gonna see them. And then if you see them, they're asking for like some crazy price, like really crazy price for them. I don't know why. It's not that they weren't popular, but it's either people tend to hold on to them, or maybe they were limited, or maybe they just, I don't know. You don't see a lot of those. They're really, really cool. So let me show you what they look like next to the tray, because I felt that if you were getting all together, it would be really cool. Look at that. What a set, right? I'm not selling them as a set, but I'm just telling you. Okay, now, they do have a problem. They're not in the best of shape. They have a lot of crazing. Obviously, they've been used a lot, okay? They are 60-something years old. So let me show you close up so you can see what I'm talking about. Look at the crazing, which kind of gives them a pattern. I'm not going to excuse it and try to sell them to you as being in great shape. They're not. There's a lot of crazing, all right? And then one of them, it's a brown one, has like some kind of manufacturing thing going on, which is kind of weird. I've never seen that before. Do you see like those weird ridges at the bottom? I don't know if you can tell, right? I'll put a picture where you can see it. It's like when they were making them, they got scratched. I don't know if they got scratched because they were removing something, and then they glazed them. So it's scratched and glazed, so it happened during the process. They have a lot of things that happen during the process. So they were made kind of crudely, which I kind of like about it. So the green ones are in better shape than the brown one. I don't know if it's the brown glaze itself that makes it that they stain more, but I think it's kind of cool that they actually have this pattern all over them. But anyway, rambling as usual. They are made in Japan. Again, they are called the owl eye mugs. Mid-century modern coffee mugs. Very difficult to find. The green ones are actually much lighter than the brown ones, by the way, and they are made in Japan. So if you're a collector of mid-century stuff, I can guarantee you that none of your friends have these because they're hard to find. So when I come back, two more, we're going back into more traditional stuff, and that would be my last two items. This is a crystal pitcher. It's one of those things I think everybody should have. You know, there's, I always tell you, there's some classic pieces that you should have, like the vases. You remember last week I told you should have like one of each sizes. I really think that everybody should have one good crystal pitcher in the house. The holidays are coming. Don't you want to have a gorgeous crystal pitcher like this on your table for the holidays? Imagine this on your Christmas table, right, with slices of orange and some floating cranberries. Wouldn't it be gorgeous? Okay, so who made this? I think it's a block. It looks like a block. It looks like the Olympic pattern. I am not 100% positive. I'm 90% positive it's a block Olympic pattern. It is beautiful. It's a classic, very heavy crystal, cut crystal pitcher. Classic piece, great on the table. You can use it daytime, nighttime. It's a good size. It's perfect for water. It's perfect for sangria. It's perfect for orangeade. Again, if you want to throw in some orange slices, cranberry for the holiday. It's very festive. I like it. It's not signed. That's my issue. It's got a little bit of a scalloped edge here, a little bit of a scallop edge there, tapered on the handle over here, and then the pattern. Very nice. I don't know if you can see it. Look at that. It's a very nice pictures. Classic, very classic. So that's number 5. I really wish I could be 100% positive, but I'm pretty sure it's a block. If it's not their Olympic pattern, it's another one of their pattern, but it definitely looks like one of their patterns because that's their style anyway. So there you go. All right, the last one. I had never heard of this before. It's actually a toy. It's vintage. It's in really good shape, and it's called a topsy-turvy. Some of you probably already recognize the name. I have never seen this before. I picked it up. I was like, what on earth is this thing? And then I played with it at the store and I was like, oh, this is so neat. Okay, so for those of you who've never seen one, you're probably going to think this is genius. It's obviously, I don't know who came up with this, but anyway, it's a doll. Okay, so let's start with this one. Little Red Riding Hood with red hair, right? And she's got a little cape, okay, and a dress. So far, so good. Hand-painted face. Okay, I'm told she's vintage, early 70s. She's in very good condition when considering the age, so I'm just saying. She's all hand sewn. It's all hand sewn. But there's a trick to it. Little Red Riding Hood. When you flip her over, and you take the skirt, and that's why it's called topsy-turvy, right? You take the skirt and you flip her over this way. you get grandma. How cool is this? Hey, look at grandma. So grandma's got a little bonnet going on. I guess you can tell the whole story to your grandkid or to your little girl or little boy. It was a great story, by the way. I really like Little Red Riding Hood. So anyway, so you get grandma with little glasses and you know, oops. Okay, so she's got the glasses going on. She's got the hair, the gray hair and everything. And again, you know, it's a dress. So now Little Red Riding Hood is hidden underneath the dress, right? Okay, but then what are you gonna say? But what about the wolf? What about the wolf? Well, you take off the hat and you flip the hat this way, okay, and this is so cool. And here's the wolf. Here's the big bad wolf. How cool is this? Have you ever seen this before? I have not. Okay, now granted, I had boys, so I never looked at little girls' toys, okay? So it never occurred to me, yeah, I'm old-fashioned, sorry. It never occurred to me to go and look into the girl stuff. So I've never seen this, so maybe you all know about this, for those of you who had girls, and you're like, Sophia, this is like, everybody knows about this. Well, I didn't, okay, and I thought this was really cool. So then you put it back in. Okay. I wish they had the hunter. I don't know where they would put him. Because we gotta have a hunter. Because the hunter, you know, slices the wolf up and pulls a Little Red Riding Hood out of the belly. Well, at least in the French story. So here's Little Red Riding Hood back. And grandma. Oh, am I in focus? I'm in the wrong distance. I cannot see if I'm in focus. Anyway, it's a 9-inch doll. It's really, really neat. So I've done some research on it. It's vintage. You can see the hand stitching all over here. It's really not dirty at all. There's some thread that's poking out here and there. I'm assuming it's to hold the bonnet or whatever, but it's so cool. It's so cool. So that's my last item, and I do have 6, right? It's not 7 today, I'm thinking. Yeah, okay. So all these items will be in the shop tomorrow, the 16th of August at 5 p.m. Tell me down below which one you like best. Which one would I keep? The swan. Absolutely would keep the swans. And I would definitely would keep the California original pottery tray. I think it's really cool. I would probably keep those. Lord knows I don't need another mug. But they're really, really neat. And I think this is super clever. But I would put it in a curio. But this is so cute. So I don't know if they make other stories as topsy-turvy. But yeah, I live under a rock. I didn't know these existed. Okay? I totally live under a rock. What can I say? All of you are probably like, Sophia, we've known those for 30 years. I'm excited about the doll. What can I say? All right. Like, subscribe right here. I will see you in the shop. Frenchy and Tubby. The link is right up here or down below. Friday, August 16 at 5 p.m. Again, thank you for supporting my small business and my shop. If I find more information about this guy, I'll put it in the description. And as always, check out the website and pictures if you want to go and see close-ups of all the items. I'm telling you, this camera here doesn't give it justice. You got to look at the pictures. I think the pictures really give you an idea of what the items look like, close-ups, and you know, without me moving and distracting you with my constant babbling. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!